and welcome to another Spring Smash Off beer review. Tonight I am reviewing Denis Hanna's Munich Malt and Pearl Hop Smash. And I'll show you the label here. So Denis Hanna's Munich Malt and Pearl Smash. There's a hop sketch on there. I'll read that in a second. And there, focus on that. Anyway, there we go. So, Denis Hanna's Munich Malt, Pearl Hops, 30 grams each edition at 60, at 20, at 10, and at Flame Out. And dry hop for 5 days with 54 grams. That says quite an awful lot of hops in here. Well, it doesn't say the batch size, but I'm guessing it'd be sort of standard 20, 23 litre sort of batch. Californian ale yeast, 6% ABV with 55 IBUs. I'm just thinking that is a lot. 30, 60, 90, 120, 120 grams of hops in the boil. And, okay, looking forward to trying this. I've never ever tried Pearl hops before. I've tried Munich Malt. I presume it's pronounced Pearl. Better crack it open. Using the same glass again to keep it clarity-wise. I know people say PET bottles, if you don't do them up tight, tend to leak a little and you lose out on carbonation. These are done up so tight. Again, it's been bottle conditioned. I only say that because I know they all haven't been. Oh my goodness. I might have to pause. Hold on. Here we go. Little hissy. Oh, there we go. And bubbles are streaming up. In fact, let me get it in the glass. It's just risen out to the top. And here we go. Oh, it's quite dark. And give a bit more of a pour on it as it's. Oh, there's the. Give me a second. That was going so well. It was coming out of the glass lovely. Thought I'd give it a little bit more, and it. Anyway, we're in. So it's very dark. Maybe. I know I've brewed with Munich Malt before. But it's very dark. Clarity-wise. Not so clear on this one. As you can see, not so clear. But the colour of it, it's like a real sort of mahogany browny, yeah, like a mahogany piece of furniture that's dark, and it's not red. Like to the light, I can hold it up. It's not red. It's a real brown colour. Aroma. See, Pearl hops, I don't know Pearl hop, and I'm getting in a. That's a really interesting aroma. I can smell a sweetness. I'm getting a slightly sharper sort of aroma from it. I can't think of a word to describe it. It's not it's fruity. It's more, yeah. It's figgy. It's figs. It's sort of plums, stewed plums, figgy. Christmas puddingy almost. Not so mixed spicy, but like raisins and oh yeah, like malted loaf I'm getting now. Am I making you hungry? Alright. So, in for the taste. Oh. It's a real. I've really got to think about this. You can, I can taste the early hop additions, the earlies, the quite a large. That was 30 grams at 60. I can taste the bitterness. There's a real, the malted loaf sort of character, almost like a bit burnt sugary. I don't know if that's why it's also so dark. But then I suppose Munich malt, yeah, it's. Still a very drying. Give me a few minutes with this one. I'll be back to you. Right. I've spent a few minutes with it. And I know why I'm confused over the colour. Wherever I've used like Munich malt before, I've used it in quite low percentages. And obviously this is a full Munich malt. And I'm amazed by the colour of it. It's absolutely fantastic. It's nice and real, rich, German, like, you can tell obviously Munich, German, like a real, almost like an October, sort of Oktoberfest beer. I can imagine this sitting, to be fair, at a bonfire the other night. I could sit outside a bonfire, you've got the toastiness. You've sort of got almost like burnt marshmallow-iness of the sugars. Excuse me. The pearl hop. The more I taste it, there's almost like not like a mintiness, but it's like a little bit of a mintiness about it. Do you know what? It's really growing on me, this beer. I'm not normally a fan of the dark beers. I know the whole point of the competition. I'm not reviewing a beer on personal taste, and it's a real eye opener. I've used Munich malt. I've not used pearl hops. Pardon me. I've learned from this what 100% Munich malt will give you. How strong is it? 6% as well. I wouldn't say initially I could taste the alcohol strength. Even still, it's hiding the alcohol. I think when I first tasted it, I wasn't in the mindset of a darker beer, and it really threw me. I'm really getting into it. I could have a couple of these. It's I don't know. A pint of it is an awful lot. It's a very rich beer. It's full on. It's proper. It's a big, bold flavours. Oh, I think that's fun. Wow, I think that's. It's certainly a standout beer. I'll taste it now. I'll describe what's going through as I taste it. It's tells a story on your palate. So, you get the fizz of the carbonation on your tongue. And then now I'm getting the bitterness. Just this second now from that mouthful. There's a crispy toastiness like just coming up now. It's telling a story. It's lingering. I can still taste it. There's a bitterness, a toastiness. But your palate's clean from the carbonation and you're ready to go for another one. But still, it's there. I can still taste it. It's still in my mouth. Even though I can really... I'm not saying the biggest expert when it comes to like food pairing. But I tell you what, give me like a proper Wiener Schnitzel and a sauerkraut, mustard, and a pint of this. It really is growing on me. I think because I wouldn't normally choose a darker beer. And it's a totally new... I'm going to have to really sit down and put some words to my comments on this one. Cheers, Dennis. I'm enjoying this. It's... Do you know what? I almost want pretzelness. Not... like a pretzel. You know, the pretzel-y thing. It's such a lingering taste. You can certainly... 55 IBUs. It certainly is 55 IBUs. You can taste that. That's how... Oh, it really reminds me of something I've had in the past. It's got the real whack, like a proper IBU punch, like a proper amped up pop, like hardcore sort of IPA that's really, really in your face hoppy, like a Mikella. It's got that bitterness about it, but it tells a totally different story. Fig rolls and... yeah. Cheers. Thank you very much. Cheers, Dennis. I've enjoyed this one. It's been a journey. I feel like it's been a journey. Much appreciate it. Cheers.